some tinnitus.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the return of the Elton John album review series. Nick is joining me once again. How you doing?
Doing great.
And then Scott
Doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Ready to review this Elton John album.
Jason is now joining us to finish up the Elton John series. How you doing?
Here. Good.
All right. So we're talking about a pretty good Elton John album, I think, all things considered. Before we dive into that, Jason, have you listened to any of the previous Elton John albums that we've covered at this point?
Yep.
Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. And Nick, aren't you the one that's bringing the
background information? Yes. Yeah, I got a little bit of info for this album. After a few months of after the release of Honky Chateau, Elton immediately starts recording for this album. As you would know, he records two albums, one being a double album. So Elton John released a lot of music this year, which is insane to me. Yeah, last album was his first number one album for the U.S. This album would go to be his first big album, also in the U.K. This album was recorded at the Live in Studio between June 5th and the 19th, 1972, starting just 2 days after Elton made appearance on the Beach Boys show at Crystal Palace Pool in London. All the songs were written during the first few days, with "I'm Going to Be a Teenage Idol" leading the way and rehearsed by Elton John, the band before producer Gus. If you've been keeping up with our series, he's been with us for a while now. And engineer Ken Scott turned on the control room's red recording light on June 10th. You might be wondering, where did the title come from? You're like, it's an interesting album title. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Well, it's come from a comment that Elton John made to can't pronounce the name, but Groucho Marx at a party after Elton played the piano. Groucho pointed a pistol at him, and he made that comment. And well, that would end up being the name of the album. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Yeah. So of course, if you're aware of Elton John, you'll know two big songs on this album, Danielle, and of course, whether you like him or not, everyone knows Crocodile Rock.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's one of those songs that gets played a lot. And well, you'll find out where I stand on that. But those are of course, the two big singles off the album.
Good songs.
Very, very excited.
But yeah, let's dive into the track listing. The first one is one of the two hit songs on this album. This is a pretty recognizable song of his, and that is Daniel.
Funny enough, when I first deep dive early Elton John, it was way back when it was just me and Scott talking to each other, because the person who got me into Elton John was Scott, because I only knew Honky Chateau when I first met Scott, and he's like, you got to listen to more Elton John, and I'm like, and I don't have the drive for it for some reason. He's like, listen to all the early 70s albums, and funny enough, I've never heard Daniel before listening to this album. So,
Wow.
So this was almost kind of like how it was with Spear with the Rush. I'm like, oh, it's like a really good deep cut, but then I look up and I'm like, oh, it's a hit song. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that with that in Spirit of Radio. I'm like, oh, this is such a great, hidden gem of a deep cut for Rush, Spirit of Radio. Scott's like, that's like one of their biggest hits. I'm like, no way. I've never heard it on the radio before. So you could blame the Hawk for that, because whenever they play Elton, it's usually just Rockin' Band. So that's why I've never heard Daniel before. But yeah, this is a great. I still think this is a really underrated song. Even though it's a hit song, I still find it to be one of his more underrated hits, in my opinion.
Yeah, this song was huge on the radio. Yeah, growing up listening to oldie station, heard the song many times. First time I heard the song as a kid, I loved it. I always was a big fan of Elton John. He had so many hits on the radio. I mean, oh my gosh, like one of the biggest hit makers I think that we had during the '70s period. Um, and this is definitely one of them. Definitely a song that's in my top 10 like favorite Elton John songs. It's crazy. They opened with this song. I mean, this is I don't know what to say. This is by far the best song on this album. It's amazing. And they start with the song. I mean, they hit you with the greatest song, one of the greatest songs he's ever done. It's crazy. And I'm like, wow, they really hit you with a good one here. I don't know if they should have kept it till later, but it's fine, get you with a good one, I guess. And you go, oh, okay, I'm in for a treat. If this is the first song, what else we got here? But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's talking about Daniel. I don't know if it's who Daniel is. I'm sure there's a story behind it. I should have looked it up. But a story about this guy Daniel and Daniel, you're a star. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful music. Love the acoustic guitar. The strumming is so good, and it fits so well with the. I guess it's like a keyboard. It sounds like there's this really cool instrument that plays throughout. Kind of like a keyboard, like playing, and then you have the strings come in as well. And I mean, Elton John, so good singing. I love his voice. I love the chorus. Sounds like two people singing. I'm not sure who else is singing, but great chorus. Daniel, my brother, who's older than me. Do you still? So it's talking about someone named Daniel who's a brother. Uh, it's just yeah, way more to say. Great melody, great chorus. Love the overall instrumentation. It's just beautiful. It's a song that yeah, once you hear it, it sticks in your head. It's one of his best.
Yeah, this is a really good way to start the album out. I like the electric piano with the kind of like the bow, 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 do, 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 do. Very personal lyrics as well. I think Jacob might touch a little bit more on what the song is about when he speaks about it, but you can tell Elton John really singing his heart out on this song. The lyrics are very good from Bernie Taupin. The chorus is very catchy with the Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain? The scars that will. Yeah, very good. Kind of a perfect, kind of chill, melancholy way to start out the album. It's a good first track.
All right. So, uh, to be honest, when I first heard Daniel, I thought this was one of his most boring songs. I did not care for this song for the longest time until several years ago when when I dug deeper into like the lyrics of the song and what the song actually means, I'm like, you know what? This is actually a pretty powerful song. Um, I looked up the backstory. Bernie Taupin wrote this song. He read an article about a Vietnam veteran who was struggling to get away from like the pressures of like what life was like when he was in Vietnam, and that's why in the chorus it's like, Daniel, my brother, you're older than me. Do you still feel the pain? Uh, the scars they won't heal. Your eyes have died. That's what the chorus is all about.
Mm-hmm.
The verses, you have, I guess, Daniel going off to war because he's heading. Oh, actually, no, he's heading for Spain to get away from
Yeah.
the people talking to him about his traumatic experiences in Vietnam. So it's actually a pretty sad song when you dive deep into the lyrics, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still a really great song. It's just some great songwriting. It's got a really good chorus. I do agree, Jason. Uh, Good song about brotherhood, friendship, and trying to stick up and be there for one another. I do like the overall spirit of this song, and I may not have liked it originally, but now this song is in my top 5 on this album. It's a really good hit song. And I'm really excited to talk about the next one. Teacher, I Need You.
Yeah, this song, it's a weird song. For if you look at the lyrics and know what he's singing about, it's a bit of a weird song. Um, but I love it though. This is it's such a fun song though. I like the piano intro is so fun. Yeah, it opens up really on a great note. Um, it's a weird song, but I think the way Elton sings it, and I like the groove of it, and yeah, I mean, I like it's a more tongue in cheek kind of song, and yeah, I really like this song.
I'm with you. This was maybe the best discovery I had listening to this album. Didn't know this song, of course, it wasn't a hit song or anything. And I was like, wow, this is really good. Like, this is a good Elton John song that oh, it was really cool. You know, I'm spoiling it, but it's one of my favorite on the album. I was like, right away, it was one of the album. Like I said, when I was listening to this album last night at work, there's a lot of songs I wasn't like really big into, but this was one right away really into, and I still am into. Piano great, of course. I mean, it's just great. You know, again, I love Elton John's voice here. Love the backing vocals as well. It's great, great chorus. Overall melody, really nice. It's what Elton John does. These kind of songs. Just a great kind of melody pop song with piano. Yeah, it's a really good one.
I don't know why, but I thought you weren't gonna like this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
This is kind of a dumb song. Musically really cool. I like the piano with the and there's like some like reverse piano, so like ring, ring. Good boogie woogie feel to it. Lyrically kind of stupid about a kid who has a crush on his teacher. But it's a fun song, and I think it's one of the best songs on the album. But this is kind of a stacked album. There's a lot of good songs on here, so it's gonna be a little tough making a top five.
This is a great discovery. I'd never heard this song before, and this is in my top two. I love this song. I love the piano intro. It harkens back to like 50s rockabilly style. Almost like this was a hidden Elvis song and he never recorded. Like this could have been a great Elvis song back in the day. I think even me and Nick were talking. I think Nick was saying, yeah, Elvis would have done a great job covering this song.
Hmm.
But I think this has such a good groove to it. Yeah, it is a weird song. A kid having a crush on his teacher, but pretty sure there's a relatability, I guess, to it because I'm sure most
Yeah,
adolescent boys have a crush on their female teachers. So
it
I,
happened.
I kind of reminded me of maybe something I had in like middle high school, maybe.
yeah. For some reason, I can't relate to that because most of my teachers were either old guys or old ladies. So
Well, I guess it depends on what you had. I had a couple of teachers where I was like, okay, but yeah, I love the song. This is like one of the most singable songs. Like even after hearing it, I kept going, teacher, I need you. Oh man, I love discovering hidden gem songs from artists, and this is uh definitely one of the best discoveries on this album. This and another song that we'll get to. Our next track is actually a B-side to a hit song that we'll later dive into. This is the B-side, The Crocodile Rock. Elderberry Wine.
it's interesting how yeah, on Wikipedia it shows it like as if like it was a double A side single. So I'm not sure if it's a double A side single or if it's you know if, or if it's just the B side. But I'm gonna fact check myself before I make that claim.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw it was the B-side, The Crocodile Rock.
yeah, it's the B side. So yeah, it's interesting. Before re-listening to this album, this was my least favorite song on the album. Um, it's not terrible. I love this song, but listening to it again, slightly higher now. I mean, now it's my second least favorite on the album, but yeah, it was my least favorite. Now it went up a little. Um, yeah, I kind of agree with Jason. It's more of one of his more rocker songs, which usually when I listen to Elton John, I don't usually expect him to do a rocker, but this was a good song nonetheless. I think the production was really good, and yeah, I thought this was a really good song.
This was a song that it's funny, when I was listening again, first time listening, I was like not totally into it. It was more a beat song, I guess, and I was like, it wasn't. Listening to it again though, I kind of found myself really enjoying the song, and actually, yeah, it kind of not a top five song, but still quite good actually. I think I love the upbeatness of it. Again, vocally, I feel like it's a little more of a rocker, not as much as like a ballad or a pop song like we get from Elton, but yeah, pretty good on the vocals, I think. And the overall the music is just really good, I think. And the whole album, the production is really good. And I really like the horns. When the horns come in, I thought it was really a nice touch to the song.
This is another fun song here on the album. I like just like all the songs on here. Elton John's a great piano player, so the piano at the beginning is really cool with the doo 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 doo, doo 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 doo, and then like the horns going like a doo 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 doo. Yeah, great horn section on here. Just a fun song. Cool kind of funky guitar playing from Davy Johnstone, and I love when Elton John does the falsetto, the thing with "I can't help thinking about the times." Yeah, really, really good song. Another one of the best songs on the album, in my opinion.
All right, so yeah, I enjoyed this one as well. I especially love the production on it. It's got some great horns. Obviously, Elton John's got that good piano factor going in. Some reason the way the song's structured, it seemed like, I know it's two completely different subject matter, but hearing the way he was singing Elderberry Wine sounded very similar to Philadelphia Freedom, which sounds kind of odd.
Okay.
The structure, I guess, in both songs are similar. But I think this is still a pretty catchy song. Not one of my favorites on the album, but it's still very memorable. I had a good time listening to it. All right, our next one is Blues for Baby and Me.
Oh, I'm sure this is Jason's favorite song on the album. Wow. In all seriousness, though, this is another really good song on the album. Barely missed out my top five. Uh, I'm gonna be honest. Three out of the five songs in my top five are on side two. I like side one a lot, but that's probably why I tend to prefer Hockey Chateau more because I think side side one on the Hockey Chateau album is stronger. But yeah, this is still a really good song on the album though. Again, it was close to making my top five, but didn't make it though.
Yeah, I heard the song. I thought it was okay. And then hearing it again, I quite liked it. Nice ballad. I don't know. You said you didn't think I like it.
I thought I saw the blues and I'm like, I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah, we both were talking the other day, and we're like, yeah, I don't think Jason's going to like this song because it's got blues in the title.
It's not a bluesy song though. I think I got the sense it was more of a ballad, but
That was a joke though.
okay. Yeah, because I like ballads, so I thought it was a nice song for. It's a style. It's a good style for Elton John. Again, vocally great, melody pretty good. He throws a lot of stuff here. There's like a sitar in here, which I'm like, I don't think we needed a sitar, but it's like, all right, sure, let's throw in a sitar. Let's do something different. So I guess he put in a lot of instruments. Like I said, you hear a lot of orchestra, horns, sitar. He's doing a lot of stuff on the album. So overall, yeah, I actually really like the song.
Yeah, Blues for Baby and Me, another really good Elton John song. This one kind of has more of a slower ballad type feel. It has a sitar on there as well, so sitar kind of slowly creeping its way into popular music and British artists. I like the kind of like the bow down 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 boom down boom boom. It's kind of like the main riff of the song. Good storytelling too, about a couple who kind of has to leave because the parents are being kind of overbearing, and so they have to get on the Greyhound and go. But yeah, it's a pretty good song. It's not my absolute favorite on the album, but I still like it.
Yeah, I like this song too. It's a really good ballad. Um, I think comparing it to the rest of the songs on the album, this one's my least favorite. But that doesn't diminish how good this song is. It's a pretty successful, effective ballad, and I still enjoy listening to it. There's no bad songs on this album. But we finished side one with Midnight Creeper.
Yeah, this is one of the best songs on the album for me. It's such a one of his more up tempo songs. I wouldn't say this is like a rocker, but like it's one of those like fun, like Midnight Creeper. This is like one of my favorite Elton John songs. I wouldn't say it's like a top 10 Elton John song, but it's definitely up there for being one of my favorite Elton John songs. In my opinion, it should have been a single. I'm not sure if it would get far, but I feel like with Elton John's like chart status and him basically kind of ruling the world at this point, I think this would have charted pretty well. But yeah, this is an amazing way to close out the first side.
This is my least favorite song on the album. I did not like the song. I heard it yesterday. I didn't like it. I heard it again today. Didn't like it still. And I think it's just because to me it was a rock song. And I don't know why I'm not into his rockers as much as I am to his more catchy pop songs, like really great ballads, definitely more up for that. If I remember right, this had more electric guitar in it and stuff like that, which was just to me kind of weird. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that in Elton John, I guess, so much. And I don't know. And like, I don't mind that for most people, but when it comes to Elton John, like, I guess I'm not expecting that. And so I'm like, I want him to do more poppier songs or ballads and stuff. And I don't know, vocally, I wasn't into it. Again, the style wasn't, I guess, just not the style I cared for. So.
This is kind of one of the more rocking songs here on the album. Uh, Great horns on here as well. We got more horn section. Great guitar solo from Davy Johnstone, especially when it goes like do 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 do. Kind of has a funky soul feel to it as well. It's kind of like Maxwell's Silver Hammer in the fact that it's got this fun, funky music, but then you listen to it and the words are about like a kidnapper and a stalker, and you're like, wait, what? It's one of those you kind of like you blink and you miss it kind of things with the lyrics. Um, Fun music though, great drumming from Nigel Olsson. I would say this is a highlight on the album.
All right. Well, I'm with Nick. I think this is an awesome song. This made my top five. I actually do like the rockiness of this track. It's very catchy. Stands out. Um, kind of almost. I read Elton was trying to go for a Rolling Stones vibe on this song, which I find kind of fascinating in the fact that he tried to do a Mick Jagger imitation on his awful Johnny B. Good cover, which we'll get to later on, and that backfired. And also, he almost did a Mick Jagger impression on the self-titled album, No Shoestrings on Louise, and I love that song too. So, yeah, aside from Johnny B. Good, Mick Jagger trying to do the Rolling Stones is pretty cool. I actually really like this one. All right, well now it's time to flip the record, head into side two. This is actually a fan favorite song. I think even to this day, I think Elton still performs this one in a lot of his live shows. I think even Scott mentioned that he saw Elton John live, and he sang this song at the show he was at. That is "Have Mercy on the Criminal."
Yeah, I'm gonna be blunt. This is the best song on the album for me. To me, I like the sort of disco-y kind of beginning of the song. Like, it's funny. It starts off with that, but then like the rest of the song isn't like that at all. It's kind of weird, but I think it's cool at the same time. But what makes this song my favorite on the album is that this kind of sounds like what Elton was trying to do on Tumbleweed Connection, kind of go for like kind of like a more country kind of western kind of sound, like, oh, have mercy on the criminal, like he's trying to like do kind of like a western kind of thing. And I think this is better than anything that came out of Tumbleweed, in my opinion. I mean, if the songs were as good as this song on Tumbleweed, it would be like my favorite Elton John album if like the songs were as good as this song. But well, watch our review and you'll see how I feel about that album. But yeah, this is definitely it's like one of my all-time favorite Elton John songs. It's really one of those songs where it's like, wow, great writing, great production, and yeah, I love this song.
I wasn't really into this one. It's probably towards the bottom of my list. I heard the other day, I really was like not getting into it. It felt more like a rock song that I wasn't really into for Elton John. And I listened again today, and I thought it was okay. Like I think I liked it a little bit better listening to it over again today. I went from like not liking to think it's okay. It's not a bad song. I still think it's maybe a little long, like 6 minutes or something. I can't remember. It's over 5 minutes. I don't know. I remember thinking, it seems a little long. Again, I probably need to just listen to it more. Maybe I'll get more into it. The more I listen to it. I feel like I don't know if I gave this album a proper listen because I was just listening. I had so many videos to prepare for this week that I don't know if I gave it a good enough listen. But because you say it's a great song, so I'm trying to think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I need to listen to it again, maybe.
Yeah, Have Mercy on the Criminal. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. One of the biggest discoveries when I first heard this album. I got to hear Elton John play this live. When I saw him, he did this song kind of, for the fans because he knows that it's one of the kind of the fan favorites. A song about a criminal who escaped from jail and is repenting, kind of wants to turn his life around, crying out to God to have the guards not catch him so that he can turn his life around, telling stories about running from the law and the terrible things that happened to him in jail. Musically, this song is awesome. The guitar riff at the beginning kind of sounds like Layla with the and then it slows down to more of a ballad. The the guitar solo on this song is just epic. It's like double tracks, so you can hear it like in both ears. Really, really cool. And then the strings are just amazing. This song is awesome.
Well, this is the other one in my top two. I think this is a amazing song. This and Teacher I Need You are tied for best discovery on this album for me. This one just like blew me out of the water when I first heard this song. Like it starts off in your face with this almost disco like production, which I thought was really cool. Especially the use of strings on the song. And then when the song slows down and Elton starts singing and telling the story about this escaped convict on the run who's trying to start a new life and trying to get people to have mercy on him because he's like, oh, get the chains off my legs. Father, forgive me. I'm not going to sin again. It's like, this is like a 6 minutes of epicness. Even though it starts off one way and it slows down, I think it's a mesmerizing song. I love the strings that accompany Elton's vocals, especially where it's like, and take these chains. And I'm like, man, I don't think Elton John today could pull those vocals off because his voice has gotten progressively worse over the years with age. But man, Elton in his peak vocals, he could pull off some amazing stuff. And this is definitely one of those tracks. Glad we're doing this series because I never would have heard this song if we hadn't. I loved it.
Cool.
That and Teacher I Need You. Well, next up is I'm Going to Be a Teenage Idol.
Okay. Well, Elderberry Wine is no longer my least favorite on the album, but this song is now my least favorite song on the album. Again, not doesn't mean it's a bad song, and if anything, it's a really good song. But it's a song that doesn't really stand out compared to the other 9 songs, in my opinion. It's not like one of his best songs, but I enjoy it when it comes on the album. I never. It's not a song that I'll skip, but it's not a song that I necessarily go back to that much either.
Yeah, it's another song that I wasn't really into when I heard it. The kind of I was listening to it the other night. Listening again today, I kind of enjoyed it a little more. So I kind of went up in my score. It was like, yeah, it's not bad. It's a decent song. I don't remember a lot about it or any notes on it, except that I went from going, I really didn't like it to, yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to be a teenage idol. This is one of my least favorite songs on the album, but it's still pretty good. Kind of a piano-based song. Elton John pretty much just singing about how he wants to be a teenage idol, be a rock star. Still, for Elton John standards, it's not as good, but it's still a good song. It's just kind of one of the more generic songs on the album.
All right. Well, this is my second to least favorite song on the album, but again, much like my least favorite song on the album, that doesn't mean it's a bad song. I actually still think there's a lot of cool things about it. I do kind of like the satire of it, where it's like, oh, I want to be this teenage idol and have all the screaming girls go after me. It's like, okay, that's weird, but I get it. It's a joke song. It's a memorable joke song, but there's a lot of other songs on this album that are much better and more memorable. Well, speaking of satire, I'm curious what we're all going to think about this next one, the Texan Love Song.
Yeah, I I don't really have much to say about the lyrics. It kind of speaks for itself. Uh, I'll let Jason and Jacob give their more in-depth thoughts. Besides that, it's a nice country song, like a nice country sounding song. I mean, again, kind of like "Teacher, I Need You." It's like sarcastic, tongue in cheek. It's interesting to say the least. But when I listen to the song, I pay more attention to the nice vocals and the nice production. The lyrics, yeah, the lyrics are definitely there for this song.
Yeah, at first when I heard it, I really did not like the song. And I think because it had more of a country feel to it, and it felt like Elton John was trying to do a southern accent or something when he sang it, and so I thought that was what is going on here. Listening again today, actually, it was like, it's not too bad. It's kind of a nice, overall. The vocals are great, and the overall music is good, and it was enjoyable for the most part. I kind of found myself really liking the acoustic guitar and on this. I thought it was played very well. And like I said, Elton John, I felt like he was trying to do southern and country kind of, but he'd go in and out. I don't think he did kind of a country accent the whole time. But sometimes I kind of hear something and go, okay. And it's weird because it's Elton John. He's from England. People from England normally shouldn't be doing southern accents. They're not the best. Um, as uh, me and Jacob watched this movie about these hillbillies, and Liam Neeson had a hillbilly accent. And you're like, Liam Neeson should not be doing a hillbilly
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that movie.
accent. I can't remember the name of that movie, but I remember.
I think Patrick Swayze, I think, was in it too, I think.
What? Yeah, was that the lead? I can't remember. Yeah.
Next of Kin, I think it was called.
What's that?
Next of Kin, I think it was called.
Something like that. But Liam Neeson's a hillbilly. It was funny. I'm like,
Well, that him trying to do the accent too, it was not a good accent.
and he's an Irish guy. Yeah, so I never think the people from there should. Sometimes I know it's hard to do that southern accent. um, and yeah, it's weird because I didn't listen. I heard a couple lyrics when I was re-listening. I didn't pay close attention, but it did seem like it's called Texan Love Song. It's kind of a song about Texas, I guess, and like the only thing I remember is he said something like he was talking about Texas, and he said something about a place where they still respect the president or something. I think was one of the lines. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's true, because Texas is more of a Republican, conservative state, and and all that. But anyways, And I don't know who was president at the time. I guess 73. This.
Nixon's still president in
Yeah,
'73, or was this about the time Watergate happened? I don't
yeah,
remember.
maybe Nixon or Ford to be president this time. Yeah, it's before Carter came in 76, I think. Yeah, 76. So yeah, it'd been like Nixon. Yeah, you're right, Nixon. But anyways, yeah, so I probably need to listen again and listen to lyrics, I guess, and see what exactly they're saying in the song.
What?
I think I was turned off because it was country, so I didn't even really pay attention. But now I'm like kind of interested.
Uh,
Anyways, that's to say, I thought it was okay.
Texan Love Song. This is an interesting song. It's kind of a political satire talking about like some really, really like extreme redneck and his view of like hippies and politics. I kind of basically just saying like, all you young kids and your stupid new ideas, you're all gonna die. That's kind of interesting. Musically, it's like a country song. This is probably my least favorite song on the album. But it's still kind of a interesting just because it's an oddity in his discography. Like he doesn't do a whole lot of country songs. I mean, he's got like Dixie Lily on Caribou, but yeah, interesting hearing Elton John do a country song and a satire one at that. It's kind of an oddity.
well, yeah, diving into the lyrics, I think it's told in the perspective of like your stereotypical Texas cowboy type guy who has a deep disdain for hippies. That's pretty much what the song's about.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's pretty much what the song's about. Because he can't stand the people with long hair, uh, dating his daughters and filling them with. I think there's a line about communistic ideals and something about it can call them fairies at one point. I'm like, wow, some of the
Yeah.
language in this song. It's like you're not holding any punches there.
Wait until we get to Island Girl as well.
And
That's
then
worms.
and then the chorus, even though it's called Texas Love Song, it's like, I hate you. I hope you all die. So this Texan Love Song is just putting it lightly. I think this song's more of a satire
Okay.
than
Yeah.
anything else. But it's a pretty as far as satires go, I think this does work. I do like the country inspired production on it. It's kind of neat hearing Elton John go, "Hi, yippee, even in a joke song. And I can't say this is a top 5 Elton John song, but I like it for the weirdness of it. That's what I like this song for. It's
Yeah.
it's an interesting song. All right, hit song time. This is one we all know this one. Crocodile Rock.
Crocodile Rock.
Yeah, this song's iconic for great reasons. Has to be in everyone's top 5. If not, I'll be very shocked if it's not in everyone's top 5. Yeah, this is a masterpiece. It's fun. I like that part when he does that with that. Very, very fun, and goes without saying, it's one of his best songs.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's such a fun, catchy song. I love the. Yeah, my favorite part is the la 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 la. Yeah, that whole part, great. Uh, Great piano rock, kind of a good upbeat, kind of rocking piano, I guess, on it. That really, really good, as well. Me and Susie had so much fun. Yeah, the lyrics just it's definitely it's one of those I've heard growing up, so I know the lyrics. I can see 'em in my head when I hear when I'm thinking about it. It seems like it's doing like almost like a retro, like trying to do like a. I mean, Crocodile Rock is I guess like a type of dance or something. I don't know. It's like to me, it's like almost like a retro song of like trying to capture uh, the '60s or something. I don't know, and all the dance crazes that were there, like the twist and the mashed potato and all that stuff. I might be wrong, but that's what I think of when I hear the song. Like it's like kind of a homage to those kind of songs. We're gonna do the Crocodile Rock, yeah, it's definitely my top 5.
Okay, Crocodile Rock. Crocodile Rock. This song is awesome. I love the piano intro at the beginning with the bow, 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 and then the synthesizer comes in. I like the falsetto chorus with the na 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 na. It's just a fun song, very catchy song. I could see why they picked this one as the single. It's really good.
Yeah, this is to me one of the more nostalgic Elton John songs because this was one of the first Elton John songs that I really got into growing up, like this and Rocket Man. And yeah, this is one of my favorite Elton John hit songs. This one it's such a great rhythm to it. I love the piano. It's a good throwback to, like Jason said, 1950s, 1960s
Mhm.
silly dance songs. And you know what? I think I like this is probably one of the better dance craze songs, even though I don't know how you would do the Crocodile Rock.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know what that. I don't even know what that looks like. But yeah, I still love the song, especially the like the la, 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 la. It's very singable. Uh, man, yeah, I don't have much else to say. I think you and Nick summed it up already. It's one of his best hit songs, and yeah, I'm gonna agree. Top 5 on the album. So,
Yeah.
all right. So our album closer is "High Flying Bird."
Yeah, this is one of the best songs on the album for me, and it's a great way to close out the album. I think the bookends on this album are terrific. I don't think the bookends are as good as the ones on the last album, Hercules and Honky Cat, but yeah, this is still great bookends and for Danielle. Great album opener, High Flying Bird, an even better album closer. Yeah, this made my top 5. It's slower, but ah, what a great way to end off the album. Like you might be thinking like, oh, Crocodile Rock should have been the album closer, but then High Flying Bird comes on, and you're like, I need to shut up because this is an even better album closer than that would have been. Yeah, I love this song though.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I agree. I thought this was a really good closer. Really like the song. Another one of my favorites. I love the style of this type of song. Elton John does so well with these type. Just really beautiful melodies, great vocal work. Got great backing vocals in here as well. The production's really great. Yeah, really lovely song and really nice kind of discovery. Yeah, as I look at this, I look at it like my favorites are like in the first 4, and then the middle part I'm not a fan of, and then these last 2 are. So, which is probably kind of nice. You start really strong, you end really strong. Your weaker stuff's in the middle, so it kind of bounces out pretty good. So yeah, I don't mind this. Yeah, it's a good closer, I think.
High Flying Bird is one of the hidden gems here on the album. I really like it. It's kind of a nice little ballad to finish the song out. Interesting chord, the song out, the album out. Interesting chord progressions. Kind of chilling things out a little bit after Crocodile Rock. Kind of the bookends on the album. Daniel and High Flying Bird are more chill songs for the bookends, and I like that about the album.
Yeah, I, for me, Crocodile Rock's a better song, but this is a really awesome album closer. It's another good acoustic ballad. I think it's got a really cool chorus. I love the backing vocals. And I read Elton John was trying to channel Van Morrison with this song, and
Mm.
I'm not as familiar with Van Morrison aside from maybe 1 or 2 songs, but
Mhm.
from the little I've heard of Van Morrison, I can see where he's coming from, trying to channel that vibe. And it's a pretty cool sound on this song, and it's not one of my absolute favorites on this album, but it's still a really good album closer. All right, so let's get into our top 5s.
Okay, top 5. I have 2 honorable mentions: "Lose for My Baby and Me" and "Danielle." Uh, those songs are absolutely fantastic. I mean, if they were on the Tumbleweed Connection album, they would be the best 2 songs on that album. Number 5 though, Teacher I Need You. Number 4, Crocodile Rock. Number 3, Midnight Creep. Number 2, High Flying Bird, and number 1, Have Mercy on the Criminal.
Yeah, I would say, I guess Elderberry Wine just barely missed out in my top 5. That's probably the only one, I guess. There's only 10 songs, so there's like 6 songs I really liked on here. And that was the one I didn't get in. But number 5, I got Blues for Baby and Me. Number 4, I got High Flying Bird. Number 3, Teacher I Need You. And then we got the 2 big hits. Number 2, Crocodile Rock, and number 1, Daniel.
All right.
Top 5. I'm gonna have to start at the top and work my way downwards. Number 1 is definitely going to be Have Mercy on the Criminal. I think that song is awesome, and I love the guitar playing on there. Number 2, basic choice, but it's Crocodile Rock. Number 3, I think I'm going to go with Midnight Creeper. Number 4, Daniel. And then number 5, ooh, so many good ones. I'm going to go with Elderberry Wine for now. Yeah, that's a good top 5.
All right. So I have 3 honorable mentions. Oh, no. Yeah, 3 honorable mentions. High Flying Bird, Elderberry Wine. And I'm going to be the crazy person to put this as an honorable mention. Texas Love Song. As an honorable mention. All right, but top 5. Number 5, Midnight Creeper. Number 4, Daniel. Number 3, Crocodile Rock. Number 2, Teacher I Need You. Number 1, Have Mercy on the Criminal.
Should I be so shocked? Is it... I'm the only one that put Daniel number 1.
Hey, I have it in the top 5, so it's a great song.
I know. I thought it was a clear number 1, so I'm the only one. Now I'm like, wow, I'm shocked. I don't know. I'm the only one that got it.
It might slowly creep up there. Remember that song? That song grew on me over the years. So
I mean, that's the big hit on the album, I would think. I mean, Crocodile Rock.
I thought Crocodile Rock was bigger.
Unless you think Crocodile Rock's a bigger hit, maybe they're both
yeah. Yeah, they're both good songs.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So, what are we gonna rate this album?
I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. This is the third album in a row. Elton has a 10 out of 10 for me. Madman Across the Water, Honky Chateau. Now this album, it's like, yeah, Elton John's on a run right now, and yeah, he's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, surprisingly, this album, really went up this today when I just heard it again. I was like, this is better than I gave it credit for last night when I first heard it. Well, not the first time I heard it, but when I heard it recently. And it's going up to a 9 out of 10. It's still a really good album. And this just goes to, like, Elton John's just, I really like Elton John. His vocal work, style. It's one of my favorite artists of all time. I'm thinking this is, let's see. This like his fifth, sixth album. I think I've given every album a 9 out of 10 except for Tumbleweeds. So this is like the third 9 in a row that I've given to an album, and I think it's the 5th 9 I've given at like 6 albums or something. So I mean, yeah, he's on a really good streak for me.
I'm going to give this album a 9 out of 10. All of the songs are really good. I don't think it hits quite as high of the highs as some of his other works like Yellow Brick Road, which we're going to get to next time. But I think this album, for what it is really good and definitely pointing towards the sounds and the high achievement he's going to get with his next album. For me, it's going to be a 9.
All right. Well, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10, just like Nick. This is currently, of the 6 albums we've covered so far, this is my second favorite Elton John album at this point, behind the self-titled album. This one is such a great album. Some really amazing deep cuts. Just a great album all around. All right. So thank you all for tuning in to our Elton John review for Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Join us next time. We'll be reviewing probably Elton John's most recognizable album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I've not heard that one all the way through. I've heard the big hits, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to listen to this one.
That's gonna be a big one.
This album is so good. I like two of the deep cuts better than the two hit songs, if that says anything. So, but yeah, I'm excited to get the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. There's some really good stuff on that album. Love Benny and the Jets, especially. Love that song.
Benny and the Jets.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Teacher,